going on, beautiful people of the internet? Welcome back to Arch Rivals. Today we are covering match week 3. The week has just concluded. As of probably about 20 minutes ago, we saw Newcastle lose to 10-man Liverpool, which is quite a surprising result. I think we're going to save that one for the end of the episode, really torment Mo over here and not allow him to talk about it until the last, 10 minutes of the episode. We'll see how he fares with that. Outside of the game that just ended, it was, I would say, a fairly tame week in the Premier League. I don't think there was anything that was too surprising. Maybe this Liverpool-Newcastle game was a little bit surprising.
I think the Brighton L was a little bit of a surprise. But let's get into it. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there.
No, I mean, I probably agree with you. Yeah, going away from home against a Brighton side that's looked pretty talented so far, West Ham did well to get all 3 points out of that game, but that's a little bit later down the line. We'll start it off.
My ears perk up when I hear 3 points. You know what I'm saying, Mo? My boy?
Let's get into it. How about we get into Chelsea and Luton first, then we can discuss later, Mickey.
Yeah, Chelsea, Luton Town. I mean,
this one is a hard one to take anything from. I mean, Chelsea looked a lot better. They got Jackson scoring. That was good for him. But, it's Luton Town. So, nothing against Luton Town, but it's just hard for me to say, you know what, Chelsea's rolling now. They're back in it.
It's just, it's especially unfortunate that Chelsea get to play who probably are going to be the 20th place team in the Premier League, and all of a sudden, out of the gallows, the Chelsea fans come crawling. And they sure think that they're back, but I can tell you, relying on 2 goals from Raheem Sterling and an assist from him and against Luton Town isn't. It's not something that bodes well for your club. But I don't know. What did you guys?
I would say Chelsea title race is on.
Wow.
I'm telling you guys, they just need to sell a couple more players and buy more players. And I think they will be great.
Okay.
I'd say Raheem, the Dream Sterling. He sold me the dream yesterday, guys, or the day before. He looked fantastic. I think his first goal was really great. But after that, both of the other 2 goals, I would say if it was against a better defensive side, wouldn't have happened. It was just kind of lazy defending, championship defending, and they scored both of them.
Yeah, I think Raheem Sterling did have a good game. I just think it's just very... It reminds me of the past with Manchester City where, players like Raheem Sterling would batter lower tier sides in the Prem, and it just doesn't. I'm not that excited by Chelsea. I still think that they're going to struggle against the top 6, and hopefully they can figure it out. But I think
Why hopefully?
Because I think we want. Why not see the corporate dream, corporate America come take over the Premier League?
That's the last thing I want to see. I want to see him crash and burn.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
Listen, Chelsea are a bigger club than Liverpool. Bro, why are you laughing? No, let's think about it. Let's think about it for a second.
Let's get Newcastle in the mix.
No, we're good. We're good. No, let's think about it. You guys are big for 1 title and 2 Champions League. They doubled your titles and won the same amount of Champions League. We're not going to live in the past, in the 80s.
They have not won the same amount of Champions Leagues.
And the past 30 years in the Premier League era. Are we talking about the 80s?
Are we talking... Why are we picking and choosing when we're talking about...
Choosing. I'm just saying, these are facts.
You literally are. Anyway, I don't know how that came about. Luton Town, not going to be a big test for a side like Chelsea ever. That's that, I think. Usually a side like Luton Town is going to hunker down and try to get anything out of the game, but when you leak goals, obviously it's not going to work. You don't have much to come back at Chelsea with. They never really looked like winning. I'm not going to give Chelsea this praise that Mo is bestowing upon them for some odd reason.
Listen, I've seen some of these players. Some of them have world-class potential. Enzo Fernandez, to me, is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, one of the best progressive passers in the Premier League.
Yeah, and Caicedo joining up and starting in that game, I think did help them out pretty significantly.
It is unlocking that potential. And also, I want to shout out Malo Gusto, because Reece James, bro, legs are cooked. I don't think he's ever going to play a full season.
It's sad for
They
Chelsea
got him the
sure.
armband so that he could retire.
And this is a great replacement or backup other than everyone else. They had, Trevor Chalba last year? Dog water. It's not that great. And
water.
And I think that Malo Gusto, I think they're going to be a serious team. I'm still going for my second place finish in the Premier League. Hey.
They're going to need to figure it out quick. But hey, maybe they turned it around against Luton. We'll surely see next week.
We got an interesting stretch coming up.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, who's next on their table? Forest, Bournemouth, and then it starts getting testy for them towards October. So yeah, I don't think we really have too much else to talk about Chelsea Luton Town. I mean, a result to be expected, I think.
Yep, we'll see how Chelsea does next time.
Moving right along.
This man wants to kill me.
You could cut the tension in this room with a pair of scissors.
Ain't no tension coming from my side.
What do we got? Bournemouth, Tottenham.
Yeah, we got
Bournemouth. Sorry.
Bournemouth and Tottenham. Cock and ball Spurs.
Tottenham having another great showing.
Man, Ange Ball, man, he's better than Arteta. This is the biggest club in North London. I'm telling you guys. They're going to do damage. Top 4 finish, guaranteed.
They're getting second as well as Chelsea.
No, they're getting first.
Yves Bissouma looking akin to Yaya Toure, the man behind me. He has been phenomenal at CDM. I've been very, very pleased watching him play. Very pleased with Tottenham all around. I'm kind of an Ange Postecoglou supporter now, man. I think his post-game interviews, I think he keeps it tried and true. And he knows that this is like his biggest test, but he's having fun with it, and he's having fun with the squad of players that he's got.
And he's letting them have fun. And, yeah, I love seeing an Aussie talk after a post-match. It's great.
The man down under.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
When he said, I'm just trying to copy Pep, mate.
Well, I think pundits had made that comment about him in the pre-week. And he had also said post-game that, he was kind of planning the season. Like when he came over, obviously Kane was still with the club, but he was planning for Kane to not be there at all, which I think is showing without him right now.
And I don't really see the Pep comparison that much. I guess a little bit, but what is that?
There's no Pep comparison. He was just joking around, like about possession, keeping possession and stuff.
Yeah, but pundits said he's literally copying Pep.
Who isn't?
Who was it?
Who is? Everyone's copying Pep at this point, other than Klopp and Howe. That's it.
I think the Pep side that we have this season's a lot different than Pep sides we've seen
it's
in
more
the past.
boring.
Yeah.
Snooze fest.
It's more let the defense defend and keep that possession.
We will get to Manchester City later. That was almost a nail biter against Sheffield, but
let's talk. Who's next? I can't wait to talk about Arsenal.
Before I'm going to end this about Spurs, I would say I wish Kane didn't leave because they look great, and the only missing piece is a striker. Richarlison is not him, will never be him. He's not Brazilian. I'm convinced. He is not Brazilian.
He's a pigeon.
It's a hot take.
He's a pigeon from America.
Some might say he's like only Brazilian because he only shows up for the Brazil national team.
Bro, he just scored 2 goals in the Brazil national team. He didn't show up that much.
He's like 20 goals in 40 appearances. Not terrible.
He needs to go
I'm
back
not
to
defending him. He's shit.
He needs to go back to Everton.
Yeah, if Tottenham get a true striker, tried and true striker like Ivan Toney,
January,
that'd be crazy. Then I might give you a little bit of a shout on that first place finish, but
until
they also get a little bit more of a test. You know what I'm saying? They've come up against
United, Brentford.
United sucks. Brentford
are good. But both of those teams are good.
I mean, good, but not the best.
Who is the best though? Everyone's kind of looking shaky so far in the league.
Newcastle especially.
Probably.
I would say Manchester City are always a good test.
I think we'd be a good test for them.
I think
what?
Shoot, what about West Ham, man? They're kind of
We'll get to West Ham.
Ooh, I know. I don't really have anything else on Tottenham, Bournemouth.
Yeah, when you said that this match week hasn't been anything outrageous, it's been kind of completely outrageous. West Ham, Fulham, Liverpool.
Yeah. I mean, but we had talked about earlier in regards to Arsenal, like we had talked in earlier episodes about the potential for Arsenal to be unable to close out games, and I mean we saw it.
Back to their fourth place ways.
Yeah. Arteta wants to be Pep so bad, but he just can't figure it out.
How about we go to the next game?
Let's go to the next game. Speak of the devil.
Is that the next game?
Oh, Brentford Crystal Palace. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine by me. We had a 1-1 draw. Shade opened up the scoring
Crazy.
in the 18th minute.
Crazy goal.
Anderson somehow makes a ridiculous run from center back to poke one home
That was a weird
to tie
goal.
it up in the 76th. Yeah.
I mean, Shade's goal was world-class goal. I thought it was incredible. Anderson's goal was that was a weird one. Seemed kind of lucky.
Yeah.
But, a goal's a goal. Mid-table battle.
Yep.
Was it?
Wissa and Mbemo both kind of disappointed after what I would say was a pretty hot start to their Premier League campaign this year. Both held to no goals, no assists. For Brentford, Norgard definitely looked good being creative in midfield. Ethan Pinnock, who I thought originally was like an outside wing back, played center back in this game. I don't know. What else did you guys have?
I think both teams are missing through and through striker, especially Crystal Palace, I would say. I think I thought they were going to try to go get Balogun. I think that would have been a great signing, him, Eze, and Olise. I would just say that would be just cooking.
Yeah, that would be cooking. That would really up the excitement factor for Crystal Palace because I think Edouard seems like he has moments where he looks like he can be really talented, but yeah, they need a little bit more power, I think, up there in the striker position. Jordan Ayew, especially impressive for 31 years old.
He doesn't stop.
He's just been around the league for so long, and he still will absolutely cook when called upon. I'm always impressed with him.
Cook when called upon.
Outside of that, I mean, 1-1 draw.
Not a real nail biter.
Yeah.
I guess it was if you were fans of either team, but
Bourne, snooze fest.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We don't have to
Actually,
talk too much
who cares
about
about Crystal Palace? That's all I got to say.
it. Dude, I think Nketiah would be a cool little loan move for Crystal Palace.
Maybe.
But we've discussed that before. Maybe.
Bro, I just don't believe in Nketiah, bro. That's it. When he's in the room, I'm not feeling it like Ian is, okay? He's not that dangerous in the room.
Yeah, agreed.
4 goals last year. Very dangerous, guys.
We can talk about him next, right?
He's already halfway up on his goal tally from last year. Yeah, I think that's about all we've got for Brentford Crystal Palace. Bit of a snooze fest there. Moving right along into Arsenal Fulham.
This is a great one to talk about.
Yeah, I have a manager on Fraud Watch. I have 3 of them this week on Fraud Watch.
And
One of them is here. Super Mikel Arteta on Fraud Watch, dog. What are you doing? Kai Havertz, why you buy him? He's not good.
he doesn't do anything.
He is a worse version of Martin Odegaard.
I don't know how he doesn't get subbed. Like, he was like non-existent that whole game. Nothing.
Pretty much, he doesn't do nothing. He just runs around. Did you see like the low lights at this point of him just passing the ball just to nobody and just like looking like a missing child, wandering for his parents because he does not do anything in that game.
And if you're an Arsenal fan right now, you gotta be a little bit quizzical. I mean, these are 3 games in a row where you've come up against mid-table teams, and the first 2 you got wins, but they were scraping by wins. It could have gone another way, and here we are again. And 10 men, Fulham, Paulinho. What a crazy strike for that man! That was a crazy full volley.
Pereira opened it up in the first minute. A Saka penalty in the 70th, followed up by a pretty easy poke home for Eddie Nketiah.
But Saka fouled old dude right before that goal. He pulled him to the ground. I'll stand on that.
Oh yeah, I would say the red card and the second goal, should have not counted.
Agreed.
The red card, just because the first yellow, I just don't think it was a yellow at all. Then the second one, it was. Then he got a red. Saka did foul the guy. He dragged him down before the second goal. I think Fulham was robbed this game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just want to talk about the first goal.
Ramsdale too, bro.
Ramsdale, guys. I think
What's up with all these teams losing games they should be winning at home?
I think Arsenal made a mistake signing Ramsdale and getting rid of Leno. The opposing goalkeeper was cooking, had wonderful games this week, and Ramsdale is looking worse and worse, and Raya is about to start soon.
I said it from the beginning. I think Raya's a better goalkeeper. I thought when they bought Raya, he was going to starting. I mean, he was really good.
I continue to be surprised with Arteta's decision to start Thomas Partey at right back when I think you have Zinchenko healthy, who could absolutely be getting some appearances. I think it's really surprising because he's like, I think one of your best like outside players on offense, as well as a quality defender, and you don't have to put Partey so obviously off role. For Arsenal, Fabio Vieira looked extremely talented.
Yeah.
Obviously got that assist to Nketiah. Don't know where the heck he came from, but he's looking positive for Arsenal. I want to see Adama Traore cook. I wish he would have scored in this game. That would have been very satisfying for me.
He did blitz Saliba, apparently the best center back in the world or league, according to some Arsenal fans like Ian. Yeah, I think he's probably maybe the best in the league, but in the world, I don't think so. Arteta needs to bench Kai Havertz, play Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and Thomas Partey in that midfield, because I think Rice is like Xhaka's replacement rather than Kai Havertz.
Let my man Trossard cook, bro. Put him at cam.
Put him at 10. Put him at striker.
Agreed.
That's it. Like, he can play like a false 9.
Yeah.
He can just play.
Fabio Vieira came from Porto in 2022.
Oh, yeah. I
He
knew
had a
that. I
wonderful
just
pass.
thought you were asking, like, where he come from this season.
Oh, no. Yeah, I meant like where did he come from? Where did he go?
Oh.
Where did he come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
Let's not do that.
No, but I think Ian's been mighty silent this week, avoiding a lot of the slander that should have been coming
thrown his way.
You're at the Emirates and you celebrate that second goal that shouldn't have been a goal. You celebrate it like it's like the game's over, man. How embarrassing! How embarrassing! You know, I know Mo can resonate with that embarrassment level.
Like going to a Champions League final and not being able to score.
Yeah, has your team ever been to a Champions League final?
We don't need to be, but we can go on to the next game, actually.
Yeah, I was just going to say the final thing I had for this game was Gabby Jesus made his first appearance for the club this year, so good to see him back.
Yeah.
I will, as a former Manchester City man, I can't pray on the guy's downfall.
Just having no true striker. I feel like we talk about it week in, week out. And having no true striker with all those playmakers on that team is kind of just a letdown. I don't really like Gabby. He's good and he's got the finesse, but sometimes you just need a power. You need some power.
Yeah, Trossard don't play striker again.
Right.
Does not work very well. Yeah, Arsenal kind of in the mud after drawing Fulham.
10-man Fulham.
It is looking a bit shaky.
I wish we could show that Paulinho goal because, holy cow. Like straight from the cross to his right foot, pisser. It was beautiful. I ran around my apartment like crazy. I love celebrating the opposition's failures.
Yeah, you did celebrate the Sheffield goal today while we were at the Amsterdam.
I did.
Yep.
It was a good goal.
Yeah. You didn't celebrate Rodri's goal.
Why would I?
Opposition. Did you not get that part?
Yeah.
All right, moving on from Arsenal, we have got Everton Wolves. I think this is actually the snooze fest of the week.
It was like keeper wars.
Definitely. And, Jose Sa definitely won handedly over Pickford. Pickford only with 2 saves to concede in the 87th minute to Kalajic. It stinks, surely. I thought this was going to be a 0-0 draw. It was unexciting, uninspiring two sides that look to somehow stay out of the relegation, bottom three.
Everton going down, mate.
0 goals.
0 goals in 3 games.
You know who they need?
6 goals conceded.
They need their old pigeon back. Richarlison back to Everton. Maybe he'll score him 5 goals this year.
No, they just signed a striker.
Yeah, he's gonna be buns, bro. But let's be honest. Like majority of their signings have been buns or just not good.
They're Everton, man.
They've spent almost $500 million in the last 5-6 years, I think, and got nowhere. There's no progression. It's kind of sad for the fans.
I think they could go down.
I think so too.
Riley's looking up the striker they signed.
Yeah. Everton are they look so uninspired, so deflated. The Brexit ball just doesn't seem functional because none of the players really have a lot of pace, have a lot of talent. I don't know.
I would also say they did sign Jack Harrison that's coming in from Leeds, and he is quite a baller. So I think he might help him out, create chances, but they do need a striker to score some goals.
And they have signed Beto from Udinese.
Yeah,
Udinese.
another relegation squad in a different league. So I don't
That's
know.
That's
kind
of crazy, man. That's who you're bringing in. That's how you know your club is finished.
Did you say anything about Jack Harrison?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He, even though Leeds were a relegation side last year, Jack Harrison was kind of pulling a lot of extra weight for that team.
They also need Calvert-Lewin to be healthy because I think when he's healthy, he could be a top 10 striker in the league.
And they got this Chermiti guy from Sporting Lisbon. So they got some young talent coming in. I don't think it'll do anything. Maybe they're preparing for the possibility of going down, keep their wages low, Really a joke club.
It would just be so ridiculous.
Ownership.
Yeah, it would be so ridiculous after on the final day staying in the Premier League just to have another relegation battle this year. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see Everton go down.
Me neither. I'd love to.
Who the heck cares about Everton?
I care about Everton.
Yeah, tell
That's
me why.
the working class people, man.
I thought that was Liverpool.
No, Liverpool are
Everton's
just
in Liverpool.
Daddy, USA, please give me some money from their little American owners. That's why they just pump you with money.
Where's Everton's owners from, Mo?
I think Iraq.
You think?
Yeah. What did America do there?
Jesus Christ.
Let's not get into
Let's
that.
get political.
Oh,
you know I'll always be down to.
Yeah, Wolves still looking uninspired. Pedro Neto just doesn't have anybody to deliver to in the box. Mateus Cunha he wants to be creative. He wants to be a striker. He also wants to be too involved in build-up play, and I don't think is going to be able to be the target man that players like Neto and Huang want to have. So,
and actually, Everton's owned by a diversified Russian holding company. So,
not yet. Someone needs to fact check you later.
The toffee takeover.
All I gotta say is 2 relegation squads. One of them is gonna go down. Seems like Everton, but who cares about them? Those are 3 easy points for some teams.
Yep. Man, you switched up quick. You went from saying, I actually really care about Everton to say, who gives a...
Yeah, it's because Muhammad's a contrarian.
I'm not a contrarian. I'm just saying that I don't care about Everton, but I do care about the people who support Everton.
Wow.
Oh.
And that's a hill to die on. You see this, man, Everton fans?
You see this Liverpool fan that was beating on you all these years. I'm here to protect you against this tyranny.
Yeah, we've been beating on Newcastle all these years, too.
Yeah, because you have more money than us.
Wait.
That are owners.
You think FSG has...
Wait. Hold on. We'll get into this later.
No.
About FSG.
Mo has counter arguments for everything. He's considered every possibility.
No, we'll wait until the Liverpool Newcastle.
I don't even want to talk about it, but let's go on to the next one.
Nothing else from Wolves Everton.
Boring
moving
game,
on.
not worth watching unless you're a Wolves fan, but
and
get
if you're
your
a
3
Wolves
points
fan,
while you can.
Yeah, true enough. Manchester United, Nottingham Forest. This one was all
Another
over
robbery.
the place.
Yeah,
True.
Let's talk about the refs again. These referees have been quick to show cards. They've been quick to just be on a power trip the entire. And I'm not talking about the Van Dijk one. That was a red card.
I'm not talking
All
about
right,
that.
cool.
I was gonna say Bruno Fernandes went from 1 week going it's in the ref's eyes. Whatever he says, they say to the refs suck and they should be replaced. And got crying and was yelling at him to another. Hey man, the refs do what the refs do.
Yeah, man, let them
Yeah.
do their jobs, man.
It's real convenient for Bruno Fernandes to just go with the flow. In this game, Awani opens up scoring in the 2nd minute very early on. I didn't even see the goal. And by the time that I had turned the game on, Willy Bolly, 4th minute, 2-0, and, Manchester United are asking all the questions. Aaron 10 fraud, everything was coming out in the first 15 minutes of this game. Christian Eriksen to bring it back 2-1 in the 17th minute. Halftime comes around. Maybe Eric Ten Hag gave some kind of great motivational speech to fire up their boys. Casemiro in the 52nd, pretty weak goal if we really go back and look at it. Pretty lazy defending from Nottingham Forest. And then finally a very controversial Bruno Fernandes penalty in the 76th minute to win it for the Red Devils.
Manchester United is stronger than ever. Just kidding. They've always been pretty strong, but, they still got it going. Those checks are hidden somewhere. I don't know who or why or where.
Yeah, I was seeing on Twitter, Manchester United fans were showing, instead of showing, the stadium replay or, the in-house production replay of the Rashford shout, they just went with some fans, sideline, super blurry, depiction of the call, and it's just if you're using fan footage to make your decisions, you know that you lost the debate.
That first goal, bro, was rapid.
Yeah, he's
Bro
so fast.
was rapid. That little butcher kid that plays for them, I think it's make a wish or something. I don't know at this point. Is not the best center back in his own team, let alone the world or the league. Then the second goal,
Butcher kid.
The second goal, they just a useless foul. I think Forest got robbed of a point, especially since I think they're going to be a bottom half team probably.
Yeah.
Fighting for relegation. I think, and those points do make a difference. I know Forest is about to complain to the league about this and conduct an investigation, but what's going to happen? They're going to apologize and go, "We're sorry that you got relegated this year off of 1 point. Sorry, kids."
Classic.
I think Nottingham are going to be able to have a decent enough season. I think Awani is definitely someone who seems pretty proven for scoring goals already.
Three goals, 3 games.
He's looking very talented.
Gibbs
and I
White
think Gibbs
looks fantastic too.
Gibbs White, the goals are going to come. I think Willy Bolly is definitely a very decent center back. Serge Aurier, Premier League, I won't say proven, but a Premier League frequent flyer. He has been looking talented more recently. I think Nottingham Forest are going to easily stay up this year the more that I watch them play.
I think, again, the question lies on Manchester United. And, we had quite a few Man U fans commenting on our short form, and I love it. I love it even more, Man U fans, because I'm sure you're at home gloating about this bullshit victory that you got, talking about, see, we're not bad. We're not as bad as people think we are.
I don't think they're as bad as people think they are. But
I do.
They are getting lucky, and I also think that Mason Mount signing wasn't the greatest. And I feel bad for Casemiro, even though I think he's just a fat kebab shopkeeper now. But he has to do all this work defensively while Bruno just, playing like a second striker, dog.
Yeah, does what he wants.
And Mason Mount does not help him. I know he didn't play today and he's hurt. And same thing with Christian Eriksen. They just
Eriksen looked
good.
Eriksen looked okay. Obviously he bags a goal in this game. Are you still thinking of fat kebab market merchant?
Dude, I'm also thinking about the fact that at one time Chelsea won a Champions League with Mason Mount and Kai Havertz in the midfield.
Because they had one of the best midfield players of all time. N'Golo Kante, bro.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had they didn't win. Okay, let's
Wait,
not get off
That's
topic.
probably why.
Let's
That's
not get
actually
off topic.
why Chelsea were so ready to break the bank on Caicedo. They surely feel like they've found the next N'Golo Kante, and they're like, we're gonna splash and we're gonna get this done.
I just think it's so funny that they made $100+ million off of 2
Average
dog
players.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, very.
I mean, you could
average.
switch them and they'd be playing the same role pretty much.
Yeah.
Just running around, getting cardio.
I think Mount would do better as an 8 for Arsenal than Kai Havertz will.
I think Kai Havertz. I don't know.
I don't know what Kai Havertz does.
I don't know what Arteta keeps starting him for.
Bro's a poor version of Sean Longstaff at this point.
Oh my
to me,
God.
I don't know. But Marcus Rashford had a wonderful game. I thought, other than him flopping like a fish, had a great game. Looked world class. So
Yeah, the Martial striker bring in did not really pan out. He didn't really get a whole lot done, and I think that's been kind of a commonality for him over the last 2 years, is that he's not quite who Manchester United thought he was going to be.
Didn't he have a Ballon d'Or clause or something when they signed him?
Ballon d'Or clause. If he wins, he gets like a couple mil.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He looked great though that first week when he came in against, I think, Liverpool. Was it Liverpool? And he just scored a banger.
Oh, when he first started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
I
Now,
was
like
like,
5 years ago.
Oh, and the first goal for Andre Onana, bro just sat down. I've
Yeah.
never seen a keeper just sit down like he was about to drive a car or
He
something.
picked a side.
The memes were impeccable for the Onana. I saw him driving a Formula One car. That was pretty funny.
Dude, with how many red cards we've seen on other teams, the fact that Manchester United has yet to get a red card for the egregious tackles. I mean, Onana himself could have had at least 2 red cards by now.
Just a yellow, I'd say, and a penalty for that Wolves game.
Well, and Eric Ten Hag recognizes that when Martinez gets that early yellow card, he's like, bro, you're done. You're done for the day. Come on, bud.
All around, don't care. Similar to the Chelsea game, Luton Town game. Don't
Chelsea
care.
and Man U both still very unproven.
They're on watch.
Yeah. Yep. Fraud watch with Mohamed.
Fraud watch with Mohamed. I love that.
That's the second manager, actually. Eric 10, fraud.
And we all know who the third one is.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yo, that's coming. It's coming. Anything else for Man United, Nottingham Forest, guys?
Not really. Hope United, get relegated some way for some way, just point deduction, 100.
100-point deduction.
I'm
for
holding
crying.
out that my 7th place finish for Manchester United reigns true, and we don't get to see him in Europe. That would be a massive W. Moving right along, I think what we had to be game of the week. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure actually Milo's going to have a different opinion on this. Brighton versus West Ham.
Yeah, what makes this game of the week?
I just think it was a big surprise. I think, well, for me especially, I was asking a lot of questions of West Ham on whether or not they'd be able to do it this season after a very low finish last year in the table. And I think the biggest thing for me was that I wasn't even really thinking about all the European competition they were doing throughout the season. Committing to winning a European trophy obviously taxes your team pretty hardcore.
Mikel Antonio looks like breath of fresh air, man.
I think West Ham, David Moyes especially, realized that he's not that guy. When he comes to tactics, and don't buy players that are tactical. He knows what he does best.
Set pieces.
Swing it in, lad. Head it. That's it. That's all he needs to do. Counterattack all game.
I saw a first half stat. Let me just pull up the stats on this game because it was pretty ridiculous.
Oh my God, look at that possession.
Brighton 78% possession to West Ham's 22. Accurate passing 668 for Brighton, 141 for West Ham. This is Brexit ball at its absolute peak. And West Ham do kind of have the players to do it. I think Jared Bowen, phenomenal down the wing. And when you're just feeding in Mikel Antonio on the counterattack, that's a big body up there.
I think who changed all of this was the
James
GOAT himself.
Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
JWP.
I think they're linked. Also, Mohamed Kudus is coming in too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be crazy. And I think also they're linked to a striker in La Liga, Al Nasri. I think that's how you say his name. Bro, his headers are crazy, dog. It's about to go nuclear in West Ham, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually getting kind of excited for this West Ham team. They to come out to American Express Community Center and just shut the Brighton fans up, who are surely feeling like they were going to be on top of the world in the Premier League this season, be on top of Europe this season, and to kind of publicly shame them at their own home 3-1 is
Yeah, I think
what?
On top of Europe.
Yeah, they're both in Europa League, both teams.
Yeah,
with Liverpool.
Right.
So yeah, that'll
We're
be a
gonna
great
win it.
I don't know. I think Brighton owns you, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
We own you.
That's fine, and we own Brighton, so It's like a cycle.
James Ward-Prowse opened up the scoring in this game, 19th minute. Jared Bowen, 58th minute. Touch to finish was just absolutely silky. And Mikhail Antonio in the 63rd to put West Ham up 3-0. Pascal Gross gets a what do they call it? Not a reconciliation goal, not a redemption goal. It didn't really mean anything for Brighton in the end is what I'm getting at. 3-1 final. I mean, the stats on this game are just pretty hilarious.
Pascal Grove was pretty good this game. Matoma was wasn't the craziest. Evan Ferguson on fraud alert looked very, very.
I love this new fraud alert bit.
The thing is he's like, everyone's like, oh, he should start. He gets his first start. Very quiet.
Not true striker though.
Not true
in
striker.
Behind
and
Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, and you have to play with Danny Welbeck behind you. I'm
In front of
very
you.
surprised that Desarby is not starting João Pedro.
Like how Riley said in our chat, why would you start James Milner instead of João Pedro?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
No, that's not true. I was talking about Danny Welbeck. I just have a sincere hate in my heart for James Milner. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's because he's good looking. Maybe it's because he got nutmegged by Messi in a Champions League quarterfinal for Manchester City. I don't know, but I don't like the guy.
He kind of looks like you.
Maybe that's why, is because we're arch rivals. Hey, you see what I did there? Anybody?
Crickets.
The last episode. That's crazy.
You're fired.
Fuck.
I think their defense is surprisingly good.
Because they have 2 6s. They have Edson Alvarez and Thomas Suchek. And Thomas Suchek can only play off ball. You give him that ball, he will lose it 2 seconds later.
Or he'll go get you a clutch goal out of nowhere.
Or he'll give you a red. Either or, we don't know.
Yeah, Angelo Ogbonna, talk about West Ham mainstay. Guy has been with the club for, I want to say, like 7 years. And to come out and fill in for Aguerd in this game, I think he did a very good job.
Emerson from Chelsea.
Former Chelsea lad looking talented. Former Chelsea lad looking untalented. Got to be Billy Gilmore. I think he was a tad bit goofy in this game.
Goofy, yeah.
And
like his haircut.
I just will never forget our good friend Danny just constantly hyping this man up. He finally is like, oh, I want to go play under Graham Potter at Brighton, leaves for Brighton, and Graham Potter goes to Chelsea like months after his move to Brighton. So a bit sad for Billy. And a bit sad performance for him against West Ham.
Brighton's downfall. I need that. Okay?
Yeah.
I want that. Bro.
I was quizzical of them scoring that frequently, but I guess, I don't know, maybe certain teams will start seeing how to crack their code. I don't know. It's happened with us before.
Whatever happened to never mind. Do you guys have anything else for Brighton West Ham?
I think Mikel Antonio, that was it the second goal? He really skilled the shit out of.
Third goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just left him for a hot dog.
Hot dog watch.
I think that the past 2 episodes we've had some bad things to say about West Ham, and I think we should reconcile with that.
We're sorry, West Ham.
We're
fans.
sorry, West Ham. We didn't know your game.
We weren't familiar with your game, West
Still
Ham.
a small
We
club,
apologize.
Yeah.
Still the second biggest club in London.
I would say like 5th.
Nah, I'd say second. I think it goes Tottenham, West Ham, and then everybody else.
And I thought it was like
Putting West Ham-
Tottenham, then Luton, then everyone else.
Tottenham, West Ham, Luton, everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And that was it for Saturday. On to today's action. We saw Burnley take on Aston Villa. Aston Villa put on a bit of a masterclass against Vincent Kompany's side. Good evening, as Unai Emery would say. 3-1 is the final. Matt Cash with a brace. 8th minute, 20th minute. Foster to draw one back in the 47th, but Diaby to seal it in the 61st. Yeah, I think Burnley, I don't think they have the talent on their side. They might be. The talent might not be there for Vincent Kompany in the Premier League. I don't know.
They're still getting new players. They just signed somebody from Villa, I'm pretty sure.
Jacob Ramsey, the 20-year-old.
No, Aaron Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey.
His
Yeah.
brother.
His
His
younger
brother.
brother.
Yeah.
But they also just signed somebody else too.
Honestly, Burnley
This
is
is why we
just
need a
this
fact
is
checker.
Yeah.
right here. Vincent Company's Pep's first fraudulent student. Crazy times, man. I want to say this. Matty Cash was cooking today, guys. He looked like the Polish legend he was always meant to be.
With a name like Matty Cash, I'm actually surprised he's Polish. I'd expect him to be like English.
He is English, but
But he represents Poland.
because England has plethora of good right backs called like Trippier, Reece James. That's some of them. And Matty Cash should have been the third, but
there's somebody we're neglecting to talk about,
Oh.
refusing to talk about.
Wan-Bissaka. My fault.
Good call. Anyways,
Wait.
we won't look over here at the Liverpool fan to my left.
I mean, he's been a shadow of a man recently.
Moussa Diaby. That's a hit, man.
That is a hit.
Second goal.
He's rapid.
He's quick.
He's strong.
Goal and an assist.
They're looking like we thought they would look.
Newcastle should have signed him like they wanted to.
Newcastle gave him a beating match week 1, and then I'd like to see that one run back.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, what was that? Just like Aston Villa nerves at the start of the season to lose 5-1? Like, was that just
It was a red card.
opening weekend? Yeah.
Not a red card, an injury. Excuse me. Injury
but
to
I
their
think
center back.
they're now playing 5 in the back after Newcastle smacked them up.
Yeah,
that
they
helped.
changed.
Yeah.
They changed their whole formation.
Yeah.
Today, Unai said this
They were
is
playing
not
5 in the
working.
back with 2 sixes. So
Yeah.
Hey, playing a 5 in the back with 2 sixes and scoring 3 goals is kind of impressive. Don't matter when your wingers are rapid. And I mean, obviously, Ollie Watkins isn't having a prolific goal-scoring season so far, 3 games in, but I
Purple
think he's got a
patch.
couple assists.
Yeah, he bagged. I think he bagged a hat trick in Europa League like qualifying match.
Yeah, against who?
against a Scottish team who the whole squad costs less than I think a fraction of Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it cost $1 million.
Lucas
Okay,
Dean
fine.
been looking really good, too.
Yeah, Saudi links, right?
Yeah.
He's linked somewhere, Mickey.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. I hope he goes no.
30 years old on the Lucas Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Important stat.
Yep.
The 30-year-old.
Yep. 0 for 3 on accurate crosses though.
He got a goal, though.
I think he got an assist.
He got an assist today. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, stop doing propaganda, bro. I named all the scores in the first 5 minutes while you weren't listening.
Are you a Scouser right now?
Come on, lad. Come on, lad.
Whoever you think I am.
Oh, I want a can of Coke, man.
Those could have just been sounds for all I know.
I mean, do we really have anything else to talk about here? Burnley,
Nah.
Aston Villa.
No,
Let's move on to our favorite teams, the people we really care about.
Up the
talking about.
Blades, another Saudi-owned team.
Sheffield United, Saudi owned.
Yeah, by Saudi Prince, I'm pretty sure.
The
The more you know.
more you know.
Haaland, give me penalty, and misses it. What
Yeah.
a bum. But then he did score a goal. But still, how you miss a PK, bro?
Man,
It's Sheffield.
it's just Sheffield United. You know what I can take away from this game and be really positive on is that I think 2 years ago we probably draw this game and we forget about it for the rest of the year. But for Rodri to come back and just jam his fist back into the game and score
fist.
a goal. I mean his foot.
What a weird thing
Yes, sorry.
to say on a soccer podcast.
Yeah.
Rodri's, bar KDB, just the best midfielder in the world. I don't think any you play him as an 8, he'll score goals, assists. He has
you can play
no
him as a
weakness.
6 and just stay back and play
Yeah.
defense.
He can do whatever he wants when he wants it, and he wins games.
Kind of Busquets-esque.
No,
No.
better.
no. He just more
Better.
No. He's just more.
Man.
He's just more athletic. But when it comes to the game, he's not. There's levels to
Busquets-
this.
More athletic, more easy to listen to when he talks.
Busquets probably best CDM in history.
Yeah, probably, most likely.
Yeah, I mean until Man City win another Champions League this year, and then you guys will be rethinking everything.
I don't rethink nothing.
Yeah.
Win 4.
Yeah, right.
That's too difficult, man. We're living in a new generation.
You have a super team.
Barca don't just get to be a super team all by themselves.
Daddy
You are
Chef
more.
Mansour,
Team.
pump
Yeah,
me
but-
money, please. More money, please.
You guys are gonna make me
What,
sick.
what was it? $500 million on defense alone?
to beat Burnley.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I heard the Blades have super talented players.
Yeah, man.
Who
That's
told
what-
you that?
I think you did. Can you name me a couple of them?
No, he's looking already. Get
Yeah,
out of here.
Norwood.
Wow, dude. Just name the whole team.
Ahmedizajip.
I think this is Riley's last episode on this podcast.
Probably. My ball knowledge is, in fact, in the gutter.
I think this game was pretty boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't boring
It was
for a
typical-
split second when Sheffield scored that banger.
Then they almost had a second chance.
They did. But dude, like, chose not to head it in. And
It was a
went-
difficult goal.
I mean, you
I
just got to get your head down and put that in, man.
I mean, I just think it's funny that, like, when you're looking at possession stats and passing stats, this game, Sheffield United versus Manchester City, is just about identical to Brighton West Ham. But Man City know how to get the job done when they hold on to the ball, man. They are so fun to watch as a Manchester City fan because you don't really have to worry too much about the opposing team ever seeing
Winning.
the light of day.
it must be so much fun.
Man City just
Week in,
hold the
week
ball
out.
in their opposition's third and just pass around and have a good time. And I have a good time with them. So
I guarantee you Riley spends more time on his phone watching Man City games than watching the game.
I
Okay,
think he's
you're
a highlight
doing-
merchant.
okay,
Just watches highlights.
you guys
all
are
game.
doing propaganda. Whoa. Hey,
He's
now.
probably on Twitter half the time.
I watch a lot of football, guys. Okay, can we not? Why?
Like this,
why
like
am I
this.
being? Why am I being slandered for that? I don't watch soccer
Because
like that.
what's about to happen after this one? No one's gonna get slandered anymore, right, Mickey?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate Rodri best midfielder in the world at the moment. Before we move on from this one to a very exciting matchup. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Liverpool brought down to 10 men around
28th minute.
The 28th minute on a questionable Van Dijk challenge on Alexander
Okay,
Isak.
I thought he was
That's
about to say
not questionable.
questionable.
It's not questionable.
No, he's
No,
not
I'm
saying the
saying
decision was
The
questionable.
challenge,
challenge.
Van Dijk's challenge was
He's
questionable.
washed.
Anthony Gordon opened it up in the 25th minute, just before that red card. But super sub Darwizzy Nunez comes in and puts one away in the 81st and the 90+3. Mickey over here is grinning. He's excited. This man to my right.
Darwin Nunes, he came from
Benfica to the Big Reds. Ba, 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 ba.
Dude,
Man.
it's so funny because the whole game, I mean, Newcastle could have put it away 3 or 4 times, and it was just one of those games where, I mean, I'm not saying Liverpool has a reputation for getting points in situations like that, but when the other team is just blowing their chance every time, you gotta keep us in the battle, man. And I mean, before Darwin came on, it was great. I looked at Mo and I was like, we just need to bring the Chaos Lad on, and he will win us this. True or false, Mo?
I think from minute 1 up until Darwin coming in, I think we're just a better team than y'all.
I think we did a great job to hold you out.
No, I think Allison saved you, and that
Yeah.
woodwork saved you, not y'all, just Allison. It could have been 2-0.
Should have been 4-0.
Then Miggy just cooked everyone and suddenly just said, let me hit the woodwork again, just for the sake of it. Then this is a third fraud alert. Eddie Howe, man. What you doing, bro? I think he made the wrong subs this game.
Yep.
I
Looked
don't-
like he was a little less interested in scoring another goal.
I don't think that. I was just thinking more of like, why sub out Anthony Gordon?
Good question. He was tearing it up.
He just was cooking.
How do you leave Miguel Almiron on for longer than Gordon?
I thought he should have took out Gordon and Bruno before taking out Tonali and Gordon.
You mean Miguel and Bruno? Yeah.
Miguel and Bruno should have been subbed out.
I mean, Miguel
first.
shouldn't be starting.
Yeah, and Dan Burn shouldn't be starting. We have a lot of players that shouldn't be starting, but
Yeah, we
They
had
are.
we were at the Amsterdam this morning. We had a Newcastle fan pick Dan Byrne over Andy Robertson. So
that's
just
a
wanted-
great shout. Great shout. Bro,
Honest-
Dan Burn looked better this game than Andy Robertson. I don't. But what did Mo do all game? He had a nice pass, but other than that,
He won.
yeah, he did win. He did win.
He did win.
Well, listen, I think Eddie Howe needs to have better decision making
I-
when it comes to like closing out a game.
I want the camera and the audience to recognize a humble winner in this situation, because had the tables been turned in this situation, this man right here would have been the most egregiously rude person to me the entire time.
I guess we'll never know.
Okay, Kanye.
Why you holding back then? Let him have
Yeah,
it.
let me have it.
Let him
because-
have it.
There's nothing to be surprised about. We've won the past 12 games in a row.
Yeah,
type
but
shit.
yeah, there is to be surprised about. There's a lot to be surprised.
I didn't
Because
feel like we were out
you're
of the
acting-
game at
you're
any
act-
point
you're
during that
acting-
game.
You're acting like before, like we got new owners, that we had a great owner that loved the club, that put money
During
into
that
it.
game, even after the goal, even after the red, I did not give up hope.
Bro, you
at
said
all.
you were hungry. You wanted to go to sleep during the game.
I did. Those are both true.
Yeah.
I want to go to sleep right now because I'm hungry. But
Bro,
Darwin Núñez, I mean, let's talk about the man. He's got to get a start sometime soon.
Yep.
Those were okay. So last season, let's get into it, Mo. Why don't we? Last season, Darwin was getting chances like that frequently, but his shots were going over the bar, anywhere but the back of the net, and he had 2 opportunities on goal, both slotted home to the exact same spot.
I think the first one was pretty lucky. I think Botman messed up there and passed it back to him.
I mean, that was a hard. It just bounced
No,
wrong.
you can kick it off, kind of. You can do
Yeah,
a little. I think
well-
the second one was a great ball by
I mean,
Mo.
either way, both great finishes.
Both great finishes, but I think like
Could have had 3.
probably.
Jota played a mean ball into him.
Bro, that dude's a fraud too. That's a one season wonder, dog.
Your team's a one-season wonder
How is it a one
Mm.
season wonder?
because you got 4th place one time and then you started talking big. Here we are.
The season's not over.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not done yet.
You're
Here
right.
we are.
But-
Muhammad, do you feel like, now that some questions are being asked of Newcastle, do you feel like your transfer window was everything that you had hoped it would be?
I think we're gonna sign 2 more players before the window closes: a right winger and a 6, and if we're lucky, another center back. Especially, I think Botman's hurt now, and we're going to need a center back.
I think all the questions that are being asked of Newcastle right now could be said for Liverpool as well. And we still beat them with 10 men.
Hey.
Hey.
You got lucky. We should have won that game.
Last time we won, we got lucky. The time before we got lucky.
No, the one at Anfield, y'all did get lucky,
Carvalho,
bro.
top net.
7 minutes plus. The game ended at 100 minutes.
Maybe
I'm no mathematician,
maybe
but the numbers don't add up,
maybe
bro.
you should tell your coach and your team to stop wasting time
Okay.
at every
Okay,
opportunity.
I'm gonna throw out a stat, right?
Okay.
Wasting. We waste so many opportunities. Yes, we are the most. Last season, we wasted time wasting the most out of any Premier League team. City, we're number 1. Do you want to know the difference? How many minutes?
Sure.
3.
Okay.
Bro, you're literally 1.5 minutes more than us, bro. It's not like the same thing, bro.
L.
After so many wins,
Carry on the
it
streak,
stops
mate.
becoming luck and it starts becoming reality.
And
Liverpool, we
here's the
almost
thing,
won
is
the quadruple.
The reason why at no point in that game was I resigned to an L was because I know we beat you every time. We did the double on you last season. We're going to do the double on you this season.
Let's make a bet then.
Okay.
Mickey.
That's the easiest bet. $20?
Sure, Mickey. $20, 30, 40, whatever you need, I'll give it to you.
I mean, you can't even beat us with 10 men. What more evidence do you need?
Make it 100.
Absolutely not. I'm frugal.
Yeah, I don't
What
have.
did you think about the game, Riley?
Well, I'll be honest. During this game, I was cooking up a cool
He was
interview.
on his phone.
I was on my phone.
I was on my phone. Hey.
But go check out our TikTok. We just uploaded that Newcastle fans combined 11. It was pretty funny to watch. I cooked it up myself on my phone because I'm a hardworking lad. And, I was just there for the passion. I could just read the energy
I'm
off
sure
of these two guys.
he could feel the fear in this man's heart and the absolute ecstasy in this
All I
man's
gotta say is Trent Alexander-Arnold
fraudle.
is not a right back, bro. If Anthony Gordon, who I know all of you say he's shit, he's ugly,
He is
all
ugly.
this stuff, made him look like a dog
He-
all game.
Okay,
bro.
so there's a difference
That's
in
true.
the Anthony Gordon that we've seen in the past to the Anthony Gordon that we're seeing right now.
We saw him last week against Kyle Walker, a real right back, and this week versus this man. It was day and night.
Kyle Walker is, a fantastic defender.
So I'm saying this man is not a right back. Play him somewhere else.
So we let me get this straight, Riley, because I want to talk about it. So we, without a real right back and without our number one center back, won over you 2-1.
Yeah, with one
wait.
man less.
if you guys had Miguel Almerion and Dan Burn, you're going to relegation,
The
bro.
excuses keep pouring
Oh, well,
out.
Yeah, I
Dan Burn
thought,
is
I thought
way-
Dan Burn looked clear of Trent in this game.
And I said Robertson.
Oh, Robertson, yeah.
Both of them are shit. Wait, one's better.
So why did you lose then?
Because you guys are just quicker than us, man, on the counterattack. You can't handle the fucking speed.
See, I was ready to take a point home.
I was ready to take 3 points and stay home. But guess what? People had other thoughts. And Klopp, stop complaining every single minute,
Klopp,
bro.
keep complaining.
Bro, no, we what did he say? Everyone has limits. There's ceilings to teams. Liverpool has a ceiling. Newcastle and City don't have a ceiling. They can spend whatever they want. And Klopp spent more money this year than both of them. Really crazy how that turns out to be.
Okay.
I'm just saying, he just complains. The grass,
Let's
the grass,
stop spending over the past fucking who knows how long.
bro. The majority of your wins win the 80s. You spent more than everyone else. What are you talking about? Where you won all your league titles and Champions League, you spent 30 million.
That's not the Premier
Does
League, though.
everyone?
the thing is,
does
no,
It's not
everyone?
the Premier League. Mickey does
Does everyone
acknowledge.
see how salty this man is right now?
Milo does acknowledge that Liverpool do only have one Premier League
because that's
title.
technically true. We have 19 league wins.
Yeah, and all of them came because you spent more money than everybody else. This is a fact.
It's called The Tides Are Turning.
It's called that. You do
It's
this.
called. Let's talk about what happened today, and not about what happened. God knows how long ago. You lost. That's it. We don't
Yeah, it's
even
true.
need to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man! How much crying can you do after you watch your team with 11 men lose to a 10-man team with almost 80 minutes of football to be played and the lead?
I think we're just tired. You guys have a lot of squad members, and we don't.
L.
We have
And
to-
Joelington's hurt. I hope you lose
Sven-
next
Sven
game.
Botman's hurt.
Good.
You know what? I'm not
You're
going to
not
say this
making
on
Europe.
camera.
You're not making Europe this season.
That's fine by me, bro. You can make Europe go to the final, see Real Madrid, start praying to God that they
Courtois
don't
doesn't
smack.
start
Courtois. It doesn't matter. Every time you see him,
again.
they own you, bro.
How many Champions League appearances does Newcastle have? Probably about as many as we have won the
That's
Champions
not true.
League.
That's not true.
It's probably not true.
That's not
But
true.
for fun, it is.
Let's close out this episode just by running down the table. Manchester and City with first with 9 points. Second, West Ham tied with Tottenham on goal difference with 7 points. Liverpool coming into the cut, 7 points with 3 goal differentials plus 3. Arsenal in fifth with 7 points. Then we go Brighton, Aston Villa, Manchester United, Brentford, Chelsea. Oh, look at Chelsea down there in 10th.
Oh, let's keep going. though.
Crystal Palace, Fulham, Newcastle United
In
down in 13th.
Hardest schedule.
Nottingham Forest, Wolves. Everyone plays
Telling
the
you,
same
this
teams.
man will have something to save any situation.
Bournemouth, Sheffield, Burnley in 18th, Luton in 19th, Everton in 20th.
We had a harder schedule. That's it.
Dude, part of me wishes Liverpool lost today just so the fans could see this man berate me.
No, I would never.
Yeah, it
Bro,
would have
wait,
been
wait.
quite a different episode.
Did we not have a harder schedule than y'all?
I don't give a shit.
Villa, City,
Did we
than
not
y'all?
have 10 men?
Huh?
Did we not have 10 men?
Yeah, because Klopp was crying, bro. He pumped them with steroids and all this stuff. That's why they can run around so much, man.
All right, we've reached the propaganda section of the episode where we just
Fraud
make
alert. Another fraud alert.
fraud
It's
alert,
Muhammad.
fraud alert to the viewers left over here. Do you guys want to give number one overperformers, number one underperformers from this week in the Prem?
Big time underperformers sitting right here, clear.
That's not true. That's not true.
Brighton, maybe?
Brighton's worse than us. They got smacked at home.
10 men. You got smacked at home.
didn't get
Yeah,
10
I
men.
think for me, Newcastle have got to be my underperformer.
What, they lost 3-1 and you lost 2-1, and we had 10 men.
The fact you can't
for 80
convert
minutes.
one more chance in that
Newcastle
game.
underperformer, overperformer, probably
Liverpool.
West Ham.
Yeah, I would say West Ham over
I'm kidding.
performer.
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Now Liverpool.
All right, this episode has gone a very interesting direction. You guys might have to box once we turn the camera off.
He would kill me with his arms.
Boxing. Next year, me and Mickey live stream $100 on me.
All right, thanks for tapping in, guys. We will see you next week for another episode of Arch Rivals. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching this episode of Arch Rivals. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at First Touch Media, and all of our socials are at First Touch 314. Thanks for watching.